Welcome to the Flood Watch podcast. This is Congressman Mike Flood coming to you from Washington, D.C. with the latest rundown of what's happening on Capitol Hill and beyond. While members of Congress like AOC and Ilhan Omar undermine and even attack law enforcement, Nebraska is sending a clear message: we back the blue. As America celebrated National Police Week over the last several days, Governor Pillen and the Nebraska Crime Commission commissioned a mobile billboard in the nation's capital promoting the Nebraska Backs the Blue movement. Nebraska Backs the Blue is a coalition I launched earlier this year aimed at pushing back on anti-police messages and working to get the word out that Nebraska is the best place in the nation to work in law enforcement. Nebraska is the only state that offers sworn officers and their dependents a 100% tuition waiver at any state university, college, or community college. We also provide a variety of cash incentives for individual officers to help law enforcement agencies retain their workforce. In other news, House Republicans brought several bills to the floor that highlighted our continued support for our brave men and women in blue. One key measure on the floor condemned calls to defund the police, which have contributed towards increased violence towards law enforcement. Over on the Senate side, senators successfully passed H.J. Res. 109 by a vote of 60 to 83. This resolution is one that I introduced under the Congressional Review Act to repeal the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Staff Accounting Bulletin 121. SAB 121 discourages banks from providing custodial services to digital asset investors by requiring them to keep those assets on balance sheet. The House voted on this measure last week on a bipartisan basis as well, and now it's headed to the president's desk. This was a landmark result for digital asset regulation. Both the House and the Senate, including Majority Leader Schumer in the Senate, have declared and delivered a clear bipartisan message to the SEC that SAB 121 needs to go. For more details on my week in Washington, I encourage you to visit flood.house.gov and sign up for my Flood Watch newsletter on my website. This has been the latest episode of the Flood Watch podcast. Until next time, this is Congressman Mike Flood. Have a great weekend.